Welcome back to Trauma Dump. Last week, we did something incredibly powerful. We did therapy, although we legally can't call it that. And it was like totally cool. And we were still having a good time. But it did start getting a little real, which is Paul's fault. Not to put that all on you, Paul. But you know, if we just looked at the facts, I'm Lou Wilson, I'm Party, you're Paul, you're like less Party. But you know, you seem like a chill guy overall. And that's okay, you know? That's okay. Because I want to do the work. But I also want to be chill about it. So if anyone's watching at home, you know, who heard like Paul say that stuff about it's hard to get to know the real me, it's not, all right? I called some of the people I dated and checked, and they said I'm totally cool and we're super close. Okay, Paul? All right? So it's all smiles here today on Trauma Dump, right, Paul? Can I hold you to that? Can I hold you to that? Yeah! You heard it here first. Paul, thanks for coming back on. How you feeling today?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. You know, I'm up. I'm up right now, and I feel like we did some really important shit last week.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to keep on that journey.
What was important about last week?
Everything, man. I feel like all this stuff you were saying was like really important, and like people were listening to that. You know, we were getting sevens in the chat to do the real work. You know, you pushed me. Right. We talked a little bit about this. We talked a little bit about those negative emotions. We talked about the amazing movie Inside Out 2. You know, we did a lot of real shit, man.
Do you want this to be more all smiles?
What?
You said all smiles today?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm always all smiles, but you know, I also want to do the work. And I know you said like those, you know, there's two sides to that thing, you know, but I think we could do it, but I think we could do it all. I think we could do it all. ¿Por qué no los dos? ¿Por qué no los dos? You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like today we're going to have it all.
But is there anything you want to change from last week?
No, I think last week was fucking awesome,
okay,
man.
Cool.
Chat was going crazy. You were fucking digging in. Like I think last week was awesome. Let's keep on it. You know,
keep digging.
Keep digging.
Keep digging.
Hell yeah.
Right.
So let's start with a question from somebody, one of the fans online. Okay. You know, kick it off. Bring everyone from chat into the room. This one is from Scott. Everything good? We all good? Hell yeah. All right, this one's from Scott in Baltimore. Hey, Lou, this is Scott from Baltimore. What's up, Scott? Thanks so much, man. Lately, I'm feeling like I'm really popular and confident with my friends on Discord, but I often feel like kind of a loser when I'm not online. Any tips? P.S. Loved you in American Vandal. Thank you, bro. That was a great one. Shout out to Netflix.
You're an American Vandal?
I was, yes.
I'm just remembering that. That was a great show.
It was a great show, man.
Yeah. You were younger back then, obviously.
Yes. Okay, that was like one of the first things I did when I moved out here, fam. Yeah, it was good shit.
You were amazing in that show.
Thank you.
Appreciate
that.
Yeah.
How do we help Scott?
What pops into your mind when you think about that?
You know, you gotta always remember your money. You know, you gotta remember, you know, that the love in those spaces, that's the real deal. So you could take that into your real life and let people know. You know, I'm verified. You know, I'm not verified in life, but I'm verified, and so I am verified in life. You know.
That's beautiful. So you can take the online validation.
Yes, that's the real shit.
Feel that popular.
Exactly. There are lots of people out there who aren't verified. I am.
Does that work in your case, do you think?
What do you mean?
The more love you get online, the more loved you feel in life?
Yeah, because there's more love in life.
Yeah.
Online life, you know, likes is likes, you know?
Likes is likes, yeah. But I feel like there's definitely a way for it to feel kind of hollow. Too, but you don't experience that.
What's hollow? Like how? Like come on. I mean, there's all my likes, everything, all the love I get from chat. Chat's out there. Chat's real. Chat, you real? Let me hear you. Let me hear you, chat. Chat's real.
Chat is real. Okay, well, maybe you don't experience it this way. Can I tell you about something interesting?
Yeah, of course, that's what we're here to do.
So there's this thing called a supernormal stimulus. This was discovered by a biologist who, basically observed a goose. Mm-hmm. That geese, when they're laying on their eggs, they will always choose to sit on the largest egg. some idea in their mind is that if it's a large egg, it's likely to be the healthiest and the best one to invest in. So this biologist decided to test what would happen if she made an absurdly large fake egg and put it in like the goose's lair. And the goose basically decided to spend all day trying to sit on this enormous egg, even though one, it was fake, and two, it like was even too large for the goose to actually sit on. But it hit this button in the goose's brain that was designed for it to, it exploited this like aspect. And there's something very supernormal stimulus-y about our online life. It really hits this social need trigger in us, and yet it's kind of hollow like that egg, because like we can go so many, we can get so many likes and so many messages. It feels like it's kind of satiating our hunger for social connection, and then we're just getting lonelier and lonelier, and we're not sure why.
So did the goose ever get on the egg?
The goose would spend all day getting onto the egg and then slipping off and trying to get back on.
So like the goose never got on the egg.
I would say that she got on the egg, but
so she can get on the egg.
But it never hatched.
But she got on the egg.
She got on.
See, she can get on the egg.
It's not about the goose's fitness. It was about, it's just about whether or not the egg was meeting the goose's need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Am I the goose or am I the egg? Like, because I'm not a goose. So it's like, so.
Yeah, did you think I was talking about you?
Well, are you talking about me?
We could be talking about you, but I was talking about just in general the way that social media might be impacting us as like a society.
Got it.
Do you feel like that, Goose?
No, I'm on the egg.
Yeah, I think you are on the egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get up on that egg.
Okay. So now we get into it.
Okay. All right, this is it.
This is like when you said you were invisible last time, and it just sort of is a thing that falls out that turns out to be really potent. By what I said about the goose and the egg,
yeah,
did you take it that it would be good to be on the egg?
Well, I feel like the goal is to get up on the egg.
Right.
Like,
right.
Because I feel like, is it I don't, like, yeah, it's like, you want to get, like, can you get up on the egg? Like, that's the challenge. And, like, you get up on the egg.
For what?
Because you're trying to prove you're the top goose and you can get on the biggest egg.
Is that why geese get on eggs?
Man, I don't know shit about goose or geese.
Me neither. But presumably the idea is for the egg to hatch.
Okay.
But in this case, the egg is fake.
Mm-hmm.
So getting on the egg and spending your time on it.
It's not, like, what, worth it?
What do you think?
I mean, I'm not a goose. But I feel like if the goal is to get on the egg, then the goal is to get on the egg.
I think that's really well put.
Yeah.
What's the egg, do you think, in your life? If we're really going to take this metaphor into reality, what's the egg?
Like, what am I trying to get up on top of? Like, what am I trying to, like, master and shit?
Yeah.
Well, like life, you know? I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to have it, man. I'm trying to have it all, you know? Like I was telling you last week, you know, it's like there's no stopping me. Like, any opportunity I get, any egg that gets put on top in front of me, I hop on top of. And I proved that I can sit on that egg. No matter how large or awkward or maybe like it's not my egg. Like, shit, if I'm a goose, I'm going to the chicken coop, I'm getting on them chicken eggs. I'm going to that turkey coop, I'm getting on them turkey eggs. There's no egg that I can't sit on.
Yeah, so my understanding of this idea of a supernormal stimulus is that a big ass egg exploits the fact that in a goose's mind, a big egg is worth getting on, sort of despite the rest of the evidence, right? So you can make an egg that is artificially so large that it will ignore its real eggs in order to sit on it. So if your drive is, I see an egg, I'm just going to get on it, that seems to be ignoring the question of whether or not this egg is authentically worth sitting on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I guess I'm wondering if your drive is to sit on every egg, where does it factor in whether or not this egg is like really worth it?
Yeah. Yeah, can we stop talking? Can we get off of Geese? I feel like chat, let me get some fours in the chat if we're trying to get off of Geese right now.
Yeah.
And shit, I want to take a quick moment to shout out the fact that Lou Juice, for all of those who are enjoying, has 2 new flavors. It's not just Lumen Lime, y'all. We also now have Blue Lagoon, which is blue flavor, and we got Red 40, which is red flavored. And I gotta say, Lou Juice Red 40 is absolutely gorgeous. You know, shit, you ain't even gotta drink it. It's so pretty. It's like art. You know, you just put it in a glass and look at it. So please get out there, get online, check out Lou Juice. 2 new flavors, Blue Lagoon and Red 40. Sorry, you know I gotta get those in there.
Yeah,
I gotta get mine.
So what did you want to talk about this week?
Well, so we're talking about the real versus fake. How you, or not real versus fake. We're talking about that online versus that real life. You know.
Yeah.
So how you gonna take that? How you gonna take that online? How you gonna bring it into your real life?
Yeah, and your answer was that like you get the love from online, and that basically
And that's
feels
real. Yeah.
real. Yeah. What does like love in the real life feel like?
You know, that's like room full of people laughing. You know, that's crushing it on stage. That's
Actually, Lou, can I ask you a question?
yeah.
Who loves you?
A lot of people love me, man. A lot of people. Chad loves me. Shout out Chad. You know, I got my mom loves me.
Yeah.
And I got lots of like love. Like what kind of love we talking about? You know,
Yeah, love.
a lot of loves. You know.
How does your mom show you her love for you?
You know, just the way all moms show love. You know, making holiday meals and that kind. All those kind of things.
Are we getting into it again? Because I'm sorry to point this out. You were looking a little bit more uncomfortable.
What is it? The chair again, man? It's not.
No, it's
No,
not
I'm
the
just
chair.
kidding. I'm just playing. No, you know. Hey, we're getting real, baby. We're getting real. We're
getting
doing
real.
it. We're doing
exactly.
it. Yeah, exactly.
I think it's getting good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, how does your mom show her love?
It's like she makes great food. You know.
Yeah.
We she used to read me books growing up. You know.
Yeah. And does the love you get online feel similar to that?
It's a different kind of love.
Yeah. How's it different?
I just want to take a quick second, shout out Red Bull. Red Bull, one of our sponsors for this episode. Red Bull and Go-Gurt are releasing a new collab. It's just a thick tube of caffeinated yogurt. Squeeze up your energy with Red Bull X Go-Gurt. What were you asking me?
How does it feel different? The love from your mom and the love that you get from online.
Well, chat. The chat love from chat is like, there's so much, and they're always there. I mean, I guess that, I see my mom like once, twice a year, but chat is like always there. I always got chat. I always got Instagram. People are always coming through. Always drop anytime I'm, dropping photos of things. People sending me hearts coming through. So there's a lot going on.
I understand also because this is public. We might touch on things that you don't want to talk about.
No.
So you can just let me know.
Of course.
Was your mom always there when you were young?
Oh, always, man. She worked a lot, but she was always always came home after work making meals. You know, always made dinner. Sometimes my dad made dinner, but more often than not, it was my mom. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah. You know, she was making them. She always made enchiladas. Enchiladas were my favorite meal. Every birthday, I'm asking for enchiladas. Yeah.
How did your dad show you his love for you?
Uh, you know, lots of ways. You know, I was once at a carnival, you know, and it was one of those games where you like shoot the basketball in the weird shaped hoop, right? And he was like, uh, he was like, "You think you could really make it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got it." And you know, he gave me $5 to go play, and then I missed, and but it was all good, you know. You know.
I love it. Yeah. So he gave you $5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What else?
You know, he was always there. You know, he was always hanging out, coming to you know, shows and picking me up from school every day. You know.
Did they laugh with you a lot?
Yeah, yeah. You know, I was always, you know, back in the day they used to call it obnoxious. That was always it. It was always being obnoxious. But you know, then I found kind of improv in that world of comedy, and I realized I think all that energy I had as a kid, all that obnoxious energy, I was just looking for a place to channel it, kind of make it into something more, and that's kind of what improv and all of the things that came after it have kind of been for me.
What was obnoxious about it?
You know, you know how kids be, you know.
No.
You know, I was loud. Wanted attention, you know.
Yeah.
Just wanted people to, you know,
See you.
yeah.
Yeah. What are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling like we got to shout out our boys at Lowe's. Lowe's knows where the hose goes. You and your bros better get to Lowe's. Hoses are now buy one, get one free for you and all your bros at Lowe's. Just shout out Lowe's. You ever built like anything?
No.
Nothing?
No.
You never built nothing?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking a little bit about the way that you looked right before that.
Uh-huh.
It was a little bit full of like anger.
No, man.
I don't know if I was misreading.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Anger?
It was a little like maybe it's also the red and it was like I can't quite do it. It was like a sort of a glare.
Mm-hmm. Chat, if you think it was a glare, go ahead and throw some twos. And if everyone thinks I'm just being my normal fucking chill self, let's see some sevens in the chat. But
what are they saying?
What's chat saying? Are we getting sevens or twos?
I'll check.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, let's check in with chat. You really never built anything?
No, I suck with my hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the question I think was what are you feeling right now? I was doing that in response to just how you were looking.
Yeah.
Do you know what you were feeling?
I'm feeling fucking great, man.
What you were feeling when I
What
asked.
I was feeling?
Yeah.
I was feeling great. I'm like, you know.
And then what did you do?
I had to read a promo for Lowe's.
Right.
Are we good? What are we hearing from chat?
Both.
Okay, chat's divided. Well, hey, chat, hey, well, that's what we're here to do today, chat. We're talking about how do we find inner peace, chat. We're gonna help you, chat. I feel great, man. I'm up.
Yeah. Okay, great. This has taken me on such a journey that I forgot honestly. What
you know
was going
that.
on.
Hey, that's we're fine. You know,
Yeah.
the way to enlightenment is long and
I
winding.
just remembered.
Oh, what's up?
I was asking why you were obnoxious. You were like, I'm just being loud because I wanted, and then I was like, because you wanted to be seen, and then you started glaring at me in my estimation. But maybe it wasn't a glare. I'm frequently wrong.
No, hey, you know.
Yeah. And then I said, "How are you feeling?" And then you read the ad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So okay, just getting back to it real quick.
Yeah.
You were loud because you wanted.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah, I wanted to be seen, but I'm sure it was like a bunch of other stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know.
When did you become funny?
I mean, shit. Maybe I've always been funny. I don't know. I mean, I guess I started like being on stage and stuff when I was like a freshman in high school.
Were you funny before that though?
I think to my friends and like people I was close to, I think they kind of got me. But I think maybe for other people I was obnoxious.
Freshman in high school, that's actually like that's a lot of life to go just being told you're being obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
Who was saying you were obnoxious?
I don't know. I feel like it's a word. I feel like it's a word that like somebody threw out there, and I feel like I've just kind of like labeled kind of that time as, you know. I don't think about that time as much. I think about it as like I was obnoxious, and then I fucking found it, and I kind of locked in and kind of figured it out and kind of moved from there. You know.
Yeah, you locked in. But who can you think of anyone who actually said it to you?
Yeah. You want me to name him? It's a teacher.
Yeah. Who was that?
7th grade teacher.
7th grade's the worst.
I don't know, chat. If you think 7th grade is the worst, let me get some 7s in the chat.
Was that?
7s in the chat for 7th grade being the worst.
What was 7th grade like?
It was sick. It was like a good time, man. I was having fun, you know, for the most part. You know, I think it was we were figuring a lot of stuff out. You know, I think it was great. It was great. You know, it was definitely like a time of discovery. A lot of people figuring shit out. You know, I think maybe I was figuring things out slower than other people, but you know, that's just life, and I caught up now. Shit, look at me, you know.
I hated 7th grade.
Yeah.
My mom was really sick, and I was like taking it out on my friends, and I was trying to make myself funny as well. And I think it was coming out as really kind of bullying, and it was just so miserable. And then suddenly, every time I work with a 7th grader, it's just like, I mean, I don't work with all the ones for which 7th grade is going great. I see the ones that are not, and it's 7th grade. Something about that year is just like a nightmare for some. What's that expression?
I thought we had a handshake, you know. I thought we were gonna try and be more smiles today, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you know, if we got to get real, like, I mean, you know, if this is the path to the real, I understand. You know, I'm just like, you know, a little more balanced, you know.
So this is more like a directorial note of how the episode is going.
No, man, I'm not trying to tell you how to do anything, all right? I'm just trying to. We got a show. We got a bunch of people here hanging out with us, you know, chilling in chat. So I'm just trying to make sure we're keeping it entertaining, you know. And with that, I want to shout out another one of our sponsors, Geico. With Geico, if you try to reach excuse me, let me take that back. With Geico, if you try though to reach the sky, whoa, oops, you fell off the roof, and Geico can help you with homeowners accident insurance. In case someone falls off your roof, call Geico.
I didn't know Geico did that insurance.
They don't. These are all aspirational ads. We haven't reached out to a lot of these
Oh, really?
companies, not yet. But you know, I think we're hoping that they kind of see the product and want to get on board for future episodes. You know.
Oh, so when you do that, is that not actually like a mandate that you have to do it? It's like you're being creative about it.
Yeah. These are all people I'm hoping to bring on, and I'm trying to show them how fun chat can be, and kind of, you know, how they could be a part of kind of the mental health crisis and solving it through me.
Well, beautifully written. Like the things you're coming up.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Yeah.
I can see the performer in you is flourishing.
There it is.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I got it, chat. You know, I got it like that.
I can't really perform in that same way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, sorry for bringing it down earlier.
No, hey, bro, you got to do what you got to do. I got to do what I got to do.
But honestly, it's actually kind of interesting because I feel like I saw the mask slip a little bit when you were giving me that note.
What?
I feel like I saw the mask slip a little bit when
What
you were
mask
giving
you
me that.
talking about? You know, hey, you know, I feel like this is the same shit as last week. You know, lose Lou, baby, lose Lou.
What's the same shit as last week?
Well, that shit you were talking. I called my exes and they told me what you know. People know me. Chat knows me. We're good like that.
What did your exes say?
They said that we had a good time and that it was fun. You know, and that they did feel like they got to know me.
That's great.
Yeah. So you know,
What were those conversations like?
they were brief. You know, I just texted them.
Oh, okay, so this wasn't a call. Okay.
Bro, who's calling anybody? You know.
I see.
Shout out to Sears, by the way. Here at Sears, there's no more tears. Your worst fears will disappear with Sears debts are in arrears. Cheers! We're back. Visit Sears now. The bankruptcy has been fully resolved.
Now that I know you're writing this on the fly, like they're pretty. They're
I mean,
pretty
I
spectacular.
pre-wrote all this
Oh,
shit.
you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't got it like that. I'm not a poet like that.
I bet you could.
Nah.
Try to make one for Home Depot right now.
Oh shit, Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Where you go, cause you know you gotta go to Home Depot.
You're right. It's you need a little time.
Yeah, you do.
Shoot.
Hey, but you know, I'm open. I'll try something. You know, I'm vulnerable like that.
Okay. That's how you're vulnerable.
Yeah, man. What you talking? I put myself out here for chat. I'm going on stages. I'm out there. You know.
Can I say something?
Always.
Do you sometimes feel way more comfortable in front of 100 people than in front of one person?
I would say I feel equally comfortable in both situations.
Really? I would just feel like that's very common among performers.
I'm super comfortable in front of, you know, I love that chat is here seeing me do this. I do this for chat, you know, if chat wasn't here, you know, I don't know if I would be doing this kind of opening myself up like that, but you know, chat helps me be me in that way, you know?
That's what I mean. If they help you be you, like if they weren't here, it might be more uncomfortable, right?
I mean, yeah, because it'd be me and you in a room full of crew with cameras that weren't going nowhere, you know?
Even if the crew was gone, it was no crew, no chat. Would that be kind of uncomfortable?
I mean, you seem like a cool guy. I'm sure we'd figure it out.
I think we'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's making me think about from last week. I think, so that thing that you then texted your exes about the connection thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Sounds like I was wrong.
Yeah.
But it kind of my mind keeps coming to this idea that maybe it's difficult to have authentic, like intimate connection with a one-on-one. But sounds like I'm wrong.
No, man, no. You're all good, man. No. I mean, I think, hey, I texted my exes. I said, yo, been doing therapy online. It's super sick. We're solving mental health. And I was like, we're super close, right? And they sent me back thumbs up. You know, they gave me the, on those texts. So, you know.
What did they say?
Well, they didn't say anything. They just thumbs up the text.
What do you think that means?
All good. Hell yeah. Uh-huh. That's right.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course, bro. That's what we're here to do.
Does it make you uncomfortable when people are sad about you?
Why would people be sad about me?
Like, let's say if you scraped your knee or something like that. Like you're a little kid, right? And you're crying, and if they're like feeling pity or feeling sad, does that make you feel uncomfortable? They're showing you that kind of attention.
I don't. Maybe I don't know.
Doesn't happen much.
Like people being sad for me.
Yeah.
No, not that often.
But it's happened when you were young, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that was that a comfortable situation or an uncomfortable situation?
I mean, is anybody comfortable in that situation?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are if they're used to it. If they're used to people showing them concern, showing them pity. I don't know though. I mean,
I would say I don't like it.
you don't like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, what do you not like about it?
I feel like, that's not what I was like put on this earth to do. I'm not a huge fan of like, I don't like living in that space, because I know that we can get to another space. And if I'm the reason we're in that space, like, then let me move us forward,
That's brilliant. Yeah. So your purpose on this earth is to spread joy, not sadness.
Exactly, dog.
So if you are making someone else feel sadness.
Yeah.
So if there's anything going on with you that if other people knew it, they would be sad, you're likely not to show them, right?
No, man. No, well, uh, uh, yeah. No. What was the question?
So if something were going on, your purpose in this life is to make people feel joy, not sadness. So if there was something going on with you that if someone saw it, they might feel sad, then you would not want to show them that thing, right? Because it would make them sad.
Yeah, bro, but that's because I'm a light bringer, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad, so in situations like that, I'm always trying to, keep it rolling,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. So what do you think if you weren't always trying to make everybody laugh, what would we see?
uh, um, oh, chat's probably going crazy right now. Uh, what will we see? I mean, you would. I mean, I feel like you would see me. You know.
Yeah, maybe you feeling whatever you're feeling right now. What are you feeling?
Yeah. Oh well, I tell you, I'm feeling a little queasy right now.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe I need to take some Traumamine. That's a new word I'm trying out. Kind of a cool mental health catchphrase.
What's trauma mean?
I don't. It's like when that trauma's about to come on, you got to take some Traumamine
For what?
for like it's like I don't know. I was brainstorming some catchphrases or some kind of like what's my thing.
Something maybe entertaining.
Yeah, like what's my thing. Oh, we're about to get heavy. Let's take some Traumamine first.
Oh, like Dramamine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but for trauma,
Yeah,
so it's
I
Traumamine.
see.
Oh, we about to go on a boat ride of the emotions. Everybody take some Traumamine. Yeah.
What's really interesting, Lou, is like kids who didn't get people showing them like a lot of affection in their darker states, right? Like what we were talking about. Like if you're like an adult who lets a kid cry on their shoulder a lot, when kids don't get that, it's actually really hard to know in adulthood because they just didn't get something. They don't even know that it existed, right? So like when you ask like, well, doesn't everybody just get uncomfortable by that kind of stuff? Actually, most people don't, because they had over and over these situations where when they were in pain, somebody showed them a lot of love and attention and helped them through it. I'm not saying that your family didn't do that. I'm not saying that, but if it is the case that like that situation makes you deeply uncomfortable, then maybe you didn't get those experiences over and over to make you feel comfortable with it. And then they have to at some point learn that might not have been normal. Does that resonate with you at all?
I think that's really interesting, man. I think
Yeah.
that's a great thing for chat to learn. And I think another thing, like speaking of learning, is that I've heard that for mental health, it's really good to learn a new skill. And so I actually got some juggling balls here. Hello. It's actually not a juggling ball, it's a lime. And I got another lime. I got 2 limes. We got a 3rd lime. God damn. Oh, snap. Watch out. Lime down. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let me get this 3rd line. You know, I was thinking we could learn to juggle today, you know. You know how to juggle?
No.
Oh, look at that. So we can learn, because, this can be a great thing to focus on if you're ever having a moment and maybe you need some trauma. Oh, shit. Let me give you that line.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
So is this Dramamine for you?
Well, Dramamine's not real. It's like, it's more like a fun.
Just when you were saying, well, you could do this if you need some Dramamine.
I feel like Dramamine's like a separate idea, you know. Dramamine's not real.
Right, but Dramamine is like something that could ease you if it's getting too much.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's like,
So it was getting a little too much before you started doing this?
no, not at all, man. I was just thinking it'd be fun if we could learn a new skill, you know.
Okay, so teach the juggling.
Well, I've tried to. I thought we could teach. It's not. I don't know how to juggle. I don't know how to juggle. I was thinking we could just work on juggling. You know, I get it. Maybe that's not in your like wheelhouse of skills, but you know, I just thought it could be fun. We got 3 lines here, and we can just do some juggling. You know.
Yeah, we don't have to.
We don't have to what?
Yeah, I'm ready to put the limes away. To be honest.
Put the limes away.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Bring out all these limes out. You know. Can you juggle? Be real. Be real. I feel like you can juggle. Oh,
Okay,
shit,
that's it.
Chad,
That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
All right. Well, here, me and you together. Let's juggle all 3. Here we go. All right. Oh. Okay. All
Good
right.
job.
Hey, watch out now. Oh, have a margarita after this. All right. Well, I can't juggle, but you could at home if you're ever, in crisis or something.
Were we in crisis just now?
No. Wait, man, don't, we're not in crisis. We're out here, we're DTF is what we are.
Okay, so are you going to kill me if we go back to that thing?
No, I'm not gonna. That's what we're here to do. We're here to get real. I just thought we could take a quick break, and do some juggling.
What's your understanding of when I say go back to that thing, what that thing is?
I don't know.
That
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always trying to take I'm trying to have fun, and I feel like when you say go back to that thing, I feel like you're trying to put a period on the
fun.
On the smiles
Sink us into,
that you shook on.
Yeah. Sink us into misery.
That's what we're here today to fight the
Yeah.
what's that word?
Misery?
No.
Mental
Stigma?
illness?
Is that
stigma?
it?
Yeah.
We're here to fight the stigma,
Yeah.
Mental health can be sick and cool and fun.
Yeah.
So, I just...
It can be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's There's that glare.
What? I'm not glaring. Chat, get my back.
It's all about how you just want this to be sick and cool and fun. We cut everything else and we can make it sick and cool.
No, it's important that we be real, man. I want you to be real, all right? I'm not trying to stop you from doing anything, all right? We're having a good fucking time.
Sounds like you are trying to stop me.
I'm not trying to stop you, I just want balance.
Okay.
Feng shui.
Sure. I see. Okay, so we did a little juggling.
Yeah,
Let's go back to it.
sure.
All right. The reason I asked you about if you're uncomfortable with it, I think that happens a lot when people are quite so good at making everybody laugh, you're gonna deflect from like a different kind of feeling. Do you think that there might be any merit in not making people laugh?
Like, and make them what?
Let them feel something else?
Like a dramatic acting? Because I did that. Don't worry, you won't get far on foot. Played alcohol. I was an AA member number 2, Joseph.
I actually, you know what? This is a great example, honestly. I actually do kind of mean like dramatic acting. Yeah, like what's the merit in dramatic acting? And like going to see a dramatic play, what's that feel like?
I don't know. You like there's like emotional resonance and shit. People are like, oh, you're like, oh, come on,
Yeah.
or like you're like, oh.
Yeah. And that can feel good even when you're not laughing.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, I watch like that's like an action comedy. I don't know. Uh, Fuck Mel Gibson, but Braveheart is sick.
Braveheart is sick.
Freedom.
Hmm. There's that glare again.
I'm not glaring at you, dog.
What are you thinking?
I'm just wondering, like, I'm not trying you I want you to do you. That's what you're here to do. You're the mental health guy. I'm party. We're here to bring these two things together in a celebration of, you know, and I'm trying to, I'm just I don't want to put anything on you. I just want you to be you.
How honest do you want me to be?
100%.
Even if it isn't funny.
Yeah, bro.
So I actually think I should be because we're not doing that many conversations together.
Okay.
I think in a typical relationship, maybe this would take a lot longer to do and like ease each other into it.
Uh-huh.
But right now, I feel like it's almost like we're pressed for time. And I just want to be like, you know what? Here's maybe what I see.
Okay.
If you want to know.
Hell yeah, dog.
What I see is kind of like a strikingly obvious contrast between what you say is true and what is kind of like happening in the room right now. Sort of like there's just a massive front happening. And the front is all good when you're just doing it for making money. That's life, that's your job, that's awesome. It's just that it makes me really aware that this is probably something that's like really getting in the way of your real life. If it's standing in between you and what you're actually feeling, what you actually feel about other people, what you would allow them to feel about you, it sounds lonely. And it sounds like a lot of work to keep that wall up. And I might be completely wrong, but it's what I see. And it's actually like I keep trying to kind of get you to talk about it because it's very easy to see, but you have all these ways to not talk about it. And that's why I'm having to just state it as opposed to ask. And what do you think?
I think that's fucking sick. I think that's awesome. I think like that's totally cool for you to have that perspective. I'm not sure I see it the same way, and I'm wondering if you're the guy to do this. And maybe I don't know. Maybe maybe it's just I don't know. I think that that's cool that you feel that way. I think that's awesome. I love independent thinking chat. But I don't know if you're the guy, man. I think that there's maybe part of me that is like I don't know. I don't think yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we are pressed for time. Maybe that's cool that you kind of said your thing and we're good. And I think you've taught me a lot about mental health, and I think I think maybe we'll just get one of my boys in here and Yeah, I think thanks for your time, dude. I think you've been awesome. You've been so fucking cool. It was so great to have you. I'm so excited to keep on this journey, and I think that you've done your part, and that's sick and awesome.
Can I say more stuff?
Sure, dude. But we are pressed for time. But go ahead.
You are really pressed for time.
So maybe a little bit, but no, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
I think that this is really good work.
Oh, sick.
I finally saw you have.
What's up, chat? What's up, chat? We're doing good work.
I'm finally seeing you being honest about feeling some negative emotion.
Sick, dude. That's awesome.
That sounds like progress to me.
Oh, awesome.
Honestly.
Cool.
Because we can you can feel this conflict right now, and I'll still come back.
Yeah, but I don't, that's cool that you'd come back. I just feel like for the kind of show I'm trying to put on, for what chat needs and what I love, I just feel like maybe I think you've, I don't think you're party enough, man. And I'm sorry, but we'll talk more after this. But chat, I think we've kind of had our time today. You know, we went there a little bit. And that's chill. That's the journey, baby, on the path to enlightenment. But are you gonna say something?
Well, yeah. Well, if this is all for chat, could we ask chat?
What do you want to ask chat?
I don't know if they want to see this continue, or if you want to find some. I'm absolutely fine being replaced, but if it's for them.
Okay, you want to do that? All right. Wait, chat, if you think Paul should come back, let's get some thumbs up in the chat. If we are fine, if Paul keeps on doing his thing just somewhere else, let's get them thumbs down in the chat, all right? Thumbs up for Paul to say, thumbs down for something else. All right, and we'll check in with that final count, and we'll be back here next week on Trauma Dump. Whittler Wilson.
Oh, you should probably get up.
You want me to get up?
You should fucking get up. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.